Hey, it's Michelle. So, do you want to really grow a thriving business and you're really busy? You could be a parent, a single parent, maybe you even have a spouse or a partner that's not supporting you and giving you what you need to move forward. And then also, are you trying to make your plan B into a plan A? Well, today we're going to talk about how to do this. I'm Michelle Fernandez, and I'm all about helping you create a balanced life and a thriving business. So let's talk about it. So many of us really want to be our own, to have control of our time and have that financial freedom to be with, either enjoy life as whatever we picture, whatever we dream, or to spend time with our family, right? Because we have children, and you know the saying is, oh, you're gonna have other people raise your kids, or maybe you're at your job and you can't miss your work because to go see your kid at a school play or something like that, and you don't want to miss out on those things. So trying to balance it all and juggle working full-time, trying to grow a side business, you're a parent, you have to be a good employee, you have to be a good spouse. It's difficult to do. So I wanted to share like 4 tips with you just to how to get this done. So just to state some statistics so you can feel like this is something you can do. First, obviously, you have to believe you can, right? So 71% of women that are in network marketing are 6-figure earners. So keep that in mind, that if this is something that you've been trying to do for a while and you just are not getting to that point that you want to be at, it's okay, because it is possible and you can do it. Okay, first one is you need to have a schedule. Hello, I always have a schedule, and sometimes I feel it's a little rigid, but honestly, that is what puts me through. So I know exactly what I'm supposed to do every single day. I know where I'm going. I know what I have to do. I don't leave anything up to chance, because if this has ever happened to you, drop a 1 in the comments below. Sometimes you're like, okay, when I get home at 3 o'clock, I know from 3 to 4, I'm going to work on my business. But you don't have it listed down what you're supposed to be doing during that hour, so then you end up like answering emails, oh, look at these, I could use these shoes, or you see something for the kids, or the kids interrupt you, or whatever, and then before you know it, it's 4:30 and you haven't done anything. If that's happened to you, drop a comment, and drop a 1 in the comments below, because that happens. That's the purpose of a schedule. So you need to have it listed out what you're going to do during the time you have allocated to do it. Second one is you cannot be a yes person. If you're a yes person, drop a 2 in the comments below. What is a yes person? So you go to the school or you're at a PTA meeting and everybody asks you to do something. Oh, can you pick up the snacks for the bake sale? Oh, can you go on the field trip with the kids? Can you do this? Can you do that? So if you are constantly saying yes to those things, then you are a yes person. So like if they have a book fair at school or something, they ask you to volunteer. So you have to figure out, what is your priority? Is it your business or your family? Now, just because you're not helping out at that book fair doesn't mean that your family is not important to you or is not a priority to you. Okay, because that's really helping the school. And yes, your kids love to see you there, and they like that you're involved, which I think is super important. But you just need to figure out, okay, if I'm going to help out at school because I know this is helping my kids and it's getting some quality time with them, maybe you pick the activity where you're actually with your child. Like in our school, they used to have this, can't remember what it's called, but you would go when the kids had lunch, and then you would get like a little group of 5 or 6 kids, and you would sit outside and you would read. I can't remember what it's called. It's going to drive me crazy. But those were the things that I would try to volunteer for when I had a little bit of time, because it was helping out. I was able to actually have that one-on-one time with my children and their friends. So I got to meet their friends, got to hang out. It was a fun activity, and then I did my part in volunteering. So those are the kinds of things that you want to look at to say yes to. So maybe if you want to commit to 1, maybe 2 things versus everything. Okay, so if you are a yes person, here's another hint. If somebody asks you and your first thing is, sure, I'll do it, what I want you to say is, let me check my schedule. That way it gives you time to think about it, and also them time to realize, hey, they know that you work and you really need to figure it out. Not like, oh, let me figure out how I'm going to squeeze this in. So you just simply go back and, thanks for thinking about me, but I can't commit to that. You should go ahead and find somebody else, because you don't want to put that extra pressure on yourself, okay? All right, so the third thing is to create systems of order. What does that mean? That means, what are you going to do, like with your household items, your chores, your errands? Like, create some sort of system that works best for you. For me, I love going to the store right when it opens. I know this sounds crazy, and it's like, okay, Target opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, I know when all the stores open. The grocery store opens at 7, Target opens at 8, and I get there because, number one, the store's in order. So you can find everything. Usually it's fully stocked, and you're in and out in less than an hour. And that's the perfect thing. So now I have my order of the errands I'm going to run, and then when I'm back home, I do the chores around the house. So you need to figure out what kind of system works best for you. Same thing with carpooling. If you carpool, maybe you do once a week but the mornings, and then somebody else does the afternoon, and then the next week you do the afternoon. So create some sort of system that works best for you to create some free time for yourself to get to your business and get to what needs to get done. And your last thing, your current job. You really want to do what's required of you. I'm not saying to be a bad employee and just clock out right at 5 o'clock, but if you're the type of person that you stay after because you really care about your job, right? You don't want to be a terrible employee, because you gotta, you have to have your values in order, and you gotta, represent and be the good person that you are and the good employee that you are. But maybe at lunchtime, instead of working through lunch, maybe you take a half hour and you work on yourself, your business, read, make a call, whatever you need to do during that time rather than to work. So I'm saying not to go above and beyond, but I'm saying outside your business hours. So you might want to cut that back just to give yourself some time to work on your business, to grow it to that 6+ figures that you want to earn. So stay focused when you're at work and be productive and super efficient. So no more talking at the water bottle, no more talking to employees. Don't take personal calls during your work time, because you really want to get through your work that you have at your job, so you can then take that time and focus on yourself and leave right at 5, take that half hour at lunch. Okay, so some action steps that I want you to take is definitely get your schedule in order. Plan your activities, plan the time that you're going to be working on it, and follow through. Definitely get some sort of an accountability partner, or in a group, let's say, and then you report in, got everything done, because someone's going to be waiting for that. That's such a great thing about accountability partners. And then when you're in the car, that is like the quality time for yourself. So can you be listening to a podcast rather than the radio and learn some information that you need to work on when you get home? Could you make a call to a prospect or something during that time? Because remember, when you're making these calls, yes, you want to get to know the person, but it doesn't have to be an hour call. You can still get done what you need to. Then, I already mentioned about lunchtime. Do something that's productive. So I think the biggest misconception is when you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes of time, what should you do? And I think most of people, they say, okay, I'm going to work on a post to post on Facebook. Something positive, I'm going to look for a meme and put it up there. That's not the thing you should be doing. You want to remember, first things first, what's going to make you money, and that could be a phone call. That could be sending a message to somebody. So think about what's going to make you money first, and do that first, and then work on everything else second. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please share this video, and if you haven't already, make sure you get notifications for my videos so you can get all kinds of good tips to create a balanced life and a thriving business. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.